Happening now, a local deli and market is celebrating a rebranding event this Saturday. And the Tree of Life studio celebrated its 4th anniversary yesterday. Plus, a children's football team is holding a fundraiser to raise money for equipment.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up. But first, a 36-year-old Jamestown resident is in police custody facing a series of charges, including burglary, unlawful imprisonment, harassment, and criminal mischief after a domestic dispute unfolded at a South Side address on September 12, 2023. Silk E. Spencer, a 36-year-old Jamestown resident, was apprehended by officers from the Jamestown Police Department's 2nd Platoon on the evening of September 12, 2023, following a domestic dispute at a South Side address. Officers responded to a 911 call reporting the incident at approximately 7:46 p.m. Upon investigation, it was alleged that Spencer had unlawfully entered the victim's residence, damaged her phone, physically assaulted her, and confined her within a bedroom. The victim managed to escape and called for assistance. Spencer was discovered asleep on the victim's couch and was subsequently taken into custody. He was also found to have an active arrest warrant issued by the City of Jamestown. Alongside the warrant, Spencer now faces charges of burglary in the 2nd degree, which is a felony, unlawful imprisonment in the 2nd degree, harassment in the 2nd degree, and criminal mischief in the 4th degree. Silk E. Spencer is currently held pending his arraignment in Jamestown City Court. Well, in other news, on September 13, 2023, a 21-year-old was apprehended by the Bureau of Criminal Investigation at State Police Amity on charges of 1st-degree sex abuse, a Class D felony, and 3 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. Following a complaint it received on September 9, 2023, the Bureau of Criminal Investigation at State Police Amity initiated an investigation into allegations of multiple child sex abuses involving victims under the age of 10. The probe revealed that Carrie D. Kaiser, 21, had prolonged contact with these minors, resulting in their sexual abuse. Upon briefing the Allegheny County District Attorney's Office, Kaiser was arrested and processed as State Police Amity. Subsequently, Kaiser appeared before the Town of CO Court and was issued a full stay-away order of protection. He is now held at the Allegheny County Jail on a $20,000 cash bail or a $40,000 security bond. Well, in other news, a 29-year-old male from Silver Creek, New York, was arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated, DWI per se, and speeding in a zone after a traffic stop conducted by the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office in the town of Hanover on September 12, 2023. On September 12, 2023, at approximately 11:35 a.m., the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office initiated a traffic stop along Route 5 and 20 in the town of Hanover. The vehicle's operator was identified as Jacob M. Keem, a 29-year-old male from Silver Creek, New York. Subsequent investigation revealed that Keem was driving under the influence, leading to his arrest on allegations of DWI per se, and speeding in a zone. After his arrest, Jacob Keem was released with tickets and is set to appear in the town of Hanover court at a later date. Well, in other news, a 28-year-old Buffalo resident has pleaded guilty to 1 count of assault in the 2nd degree, a Class D felony, after attacking a 57-year-old in the lobby of their shared apartment building on November 25, 2022. Brandon D. Hurst of Buffalo entered a guilty plea this afternoon for assaulting Willie Henley in their apartment building on Broadway in Buffalo. Hurst, a 28, carried out the attack with the intent to cause serious physical harm during a dispute over a previous burglary in his apartment. The assault, which occurred at 11 a.m., initially went unreported to the police. However, about 12 hours later on the same day, another resident called 911 to report an attempted burglary within the same building. Evidence suggests that a second altercation took place in Henley's apartment prior to the police arriving at the scene. Henley, along with a co-defendant, was later arrested on charges related to the attempted burglary. Notably, no injuries were reported by Henley to the police at the time of his arrest. Brandon D. Hurst is now awaiting sentencing on October 25, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. and could face a maximum prison term of 7 years. He has been remanded without bail pending his sentencing. As WNY News Now continues, the Tuscany Market in Deli is celebrating its rebranding with a community block party. And later, the Tree of Life studio celebrated its 4th anniversary yesterday. Stay with us as WNY News Now will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Fredonia's Tuscany Market in Deli, a beloved local gem, is marking its rebranding with a lively community block party known as the Tuscany Lemon Drop. The event is set to celebrate the market's rich history, its commitment to supporting small businesses, and its deep-rooted connection to a century-old lemon tree. Located on Main Street in Fredonia, Tuscany Market in Deli has been a staple in the community for 20 years, offering a delightful mix of country store charm, fresh produce from their greenhouse, and an array of old world classics. At its heart, the market boasts a renowned butcher shop where custom cuts of meat are expertly prepared, alongside a deli showcasing an assortment of homemade salads. This cherished establishment is a family affair helmed by George and Wendy Civiletto alongside their son Kevin. The Civiletto family's journey traces back to George's grandfather, who arrived in the United States from Italy carrying a bag and a small lemon tree. The love for greenhouse growing was passed down through the generations, culminating in the establishment of Tuscany Market in Deli. George's transformative experience working for 9 months in Lockport to master the art of meat cutting and inventory control paved the way for the market's success. Now in its 4th generation, the family business has undergone a facelift and rebranding, paying homage to its citrusy roots. The lemon has become a symbol of their heritage, and the community is invited to celebrate this rebranding at the Tuscany Lemon Drop Block Party and Small Business Fair, taking place this Saturday, September 16th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This festive event promises Tuscany sales, new menu items, fall-themed treats, and products from various local businesses, including Upper Crust Bakery, Guild Eyewear Studio, Overwinter Coffee, Franklin's Honey, and Apple Farm, and more. There will also be a raffle that participants can enter into, with all of the proceeds going to charity. It's a testament to Tuscany Market and Deli's enduring commitment to its community and the spirit of shopping small. Join in the celebration at 450 East Main Street in Fredonia and savor the essence of a century-old lemon tree turned into a thriving legacy. Well, in other news, the Tree of Life studio celebrated its 4th anniversary in Jamestown on Wednesday, inviting the public to stop down to tour the studio, enjoy a special discount, and bring good energy. The Tree of Life owner Chad Tibbetts spoke with us at WNY News Now to give a breakdown of what services the studio offers and why it's so important. Our Alyssa Wright has more.
Tree of Life, I've been doing healing for a long time, and I moved my Reiki studio down here about 4 years ago, and I've always had incense and a few crystals, and then I just started carrying more and more as people were looking for it. But yeah, I still do mostly healing here, so if anything else, I want people to come in and just get relaxed. I leave the meditation studio open all day when the shop's open, so if people need a place to get away on a lunch break or just sit down and read a book or meditate, that room's always going with music playing. We do a bunch of different singing bowl ceremonies. We do shamanic drum ceremonies, a bunch of different classes throughout the year, so kind of a little bit of everything.
Tibbetts has been using Reiki healing for years and is seemingly overjoyed to have a space to teach and practice.
Yeah, I'm a Reiki master, and it's a traditional Japanese form of energy healing, and it's also like an alternative medicine. So with hand placements on the body, we just focus the energy to work on what needs to be healed and try to rebalance people. For the healing side of things, I get people in from all over the place. I have people that come in from Malaysia, Brazil, Indonesia, India, West Coast, East Coast. I have a lot of students in California and New York City and, locally as well. But yeah, a lot of people come in from kind of all over the place, and some people just kind of find me.
The Tree of Life studio started as a young boy's hobby.
When I was a kid, I grew up on the road right over there, and when I was little, I would just get rocks and polish them by hand, and I had a little table set up, and I'd sell them, and my neighbors were pretty cool. I was the little kid with rocks for sale, and they'd stop and they'd buy a couple, and I've just always been attracted to it, and then one thing led to another, and here I am.
The studio has a mix of different religious, spiritual, and holistic items, so there's something for everyone.
I am also an ordained minister, but I'm a multi-faith ordained minister, so I want to have a little bit of everything for everybody, and if they need help finding which direction to go, I can kind of point them in that way.
For anyone just starting out with alternative practices, or even just crystal collecting, the studio owner has some advice.
If somebody only had one, it should be clear quartz. Clear quartz does everything, and then anything else you get above and beyond that, it just amplifies. So there's been a lot of research into clear quartz and how it holds information. Even IBM can hold a ton of information and memory just on a little teeny tiny piece of clear quartz. So science is starting to prove what people have known for a long time.
In the end, Tibbetts invites anyone curious about the studio to stop by.
Just come in and see what kind of gets your attention, and if you have any questions, I'm here to help you and kind of point you in the right direction.
Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
For more information, you can visit the Tree of Life on Facebook. Well, in other news, in a move aimed at enhancing public health and safety, Congressman Nick Langworthy, who represents New York's 23rd Congressional District, has secured a substantial federal grant of $600,000 from the Department of Justice Office of Violence Against Women. This grant, awarded as part of the DOJ's Justice for Families program, is destined for the Jamestown Young Women's Christian Association, also known as the YWCA, to fortify their efforts in promoting family well-being and violence prevention. Representative Langworthy applauded the YWCA's outstanding work, stating, "This grant is a significant investment to promote the well-being of women and families in the Southern Tier and is a testament to the great work of the Jamestown Young Women Christians Association." Amanda Giesing, the executive director of the Jamestown YWCA, expressed gratitude to Congressman Langworthy, emphasizing the grant's potential impact. This funding will enable us to expand our vital programs and services, providing a lifeline to survivors and their families in the Southern Tier. The Justice for Families program, established in the Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act of 2013, aims to enhance the justice system's response to families impacted by domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, stalking, or child sexual abuse allegations. Its focus is on safeguarding victims and children from further harm and holding offenders accountable. According to Amanda Giesing, the grant will primarily support domestic abuse survivors. The YWCA offers services such as supervised visitation for family court orders and counseling for offenders, all contributing to de-escalation and support for both victims and offenders. The grant will further the YWCA's mission to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. Well, coming up next, the New York Attorney General's office issued its findings on a tragic shooting last year. And later, the 2023 Walk to End Alzheimer's event is right around the corner. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Let's take a look at some of the weather headlines. Well, under clear skies and light winds tonight, it's going to get downright chilly in some areas tonight. That could allow for some patchy frost across inland valley locations. But other than that, high pressure is building in, and that's going to provide dry weather for tomorrow and pretty much of the weekend with blue skies and with blue skies and sunshine, and temperatures for this weekend will approach the lower 70s, and we'll bring in a chance for a few showers later on Sunday, but otherwise most of the weekend is looking pretty dry. The almanac for today made it to a high of 68 degrees yesterday in the city of Jamestown. Our low was 56. The records for today: 92 set back in 1952, record low of 33 set back in 1975. There's not much to talk about in the weather department with high pressure maintaining dry weather, so I'll let Future Scan take us through tonight with those mainly clear skies. We're going to have partly to mostly sunny skies through much of the day. Tomorrow, maybe some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, but otherwise mostly sunny skies today afternoon. And then we'll do the same thing tomorrow night into Saturday with mainly clear skies. Some areas of patchy fog developing overnight Friday night into Saturday, but overall pretty nice over the next few days. Talking about overnight lows tonight, as I said, it's going to get chilly in some locations, not so much near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline, where lows overnight tonight will probably drop into the lower 50s, 40s across inland locations, and then in those deepest valleys, Olean into Bradford, Pennsylvania, lows overnight could be dropping into the upper 30s. So maybe you might want to turn on your heat tonight possibility. Not sure if I will be doing that or not, but it will get chilly tonight. But we're in that period of the season where we'll have these spikes in temperatures. We'll go from warm to cool overnight and then back to warm. So that's what you get heading into the fall season. For the forecast for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies throughout the day after some patchy fog in the morning and a cool start. Temperatures rebound nicely into the upper 60s to lower 70s to the rest of the afternoon. And now that 7-day outlook powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So high pressure building in, dry weather through much of the weekend. Clouds will be on the increase later Sunday. Might get a couple of isolated showers late Sunday afternoon and evening across the western portions of the area. And then we'll bring in better chances for showers Sunday night into Monday. Then after those showers Sunday night and Monday, the middle of next week is looking fairly dry. Temperatures rebounding to the mid 70s by the middle of next week.
Andrew, thank you. The New York Attorney General's Office of Special Investigation, OSI, issued its report regarding the tragic incident on November 19, 2022, in which Daniel Kachanowski lost his life in the town of Niagara. The comprehensive investigation, which encompassed a thorough review of body-worn camera footage, 911 calls, police radio transmissions, and on-site evidence, has concluded that there is insufficient evidence to disprove beyond a reasonable doubt that the officer who discharged their weapon acted in self-defense. On that fateful evening, 2 officers from the Town of Niagara Police Department, TNPD, responded to domestic disturbance calls made by Mr. Kachanowski and his mother at their residence. Despite multiple attempts at de-escalation, Mr. Kachanowski, acting erratically, brandished a knife while advancing aggressively towards one of the officers. In light of these circumstances, OSI determined that criminal charges against the officer were unwarranted in accordance with New York's justification law. Well, in other news, the Alzheimer's Association calls upon Cattaraugus and Allegheny County residents to unite in the fight against Alzheimer's at the 2023 Southern Tier Walk to End Alzheimer's, scheduled for September 23rd at Jamestown Community College in Olean. This event, the world's largest dedicated to Alzheimer's care, support, and research, begins with registration at 10 a.m., followed by the opening ceremony and walk at 11 a.m. Lynn Westcott, a senior director of development at the Western New York chapter, stated, "We're closer than ever to stopping Alzheimer's." Westcott hopes the community will rally to raise awareness and funds for families battling the disease and contribute to ongoing research. Alzheimer's affects over 6 million Americans, ranking as a leading cause of death. In New York, more than 410,000 individuals grapple with the disease, supported by 546,000 caregivers. One standout fundraising team, Titanium Teachers, founded in 2015 by retired teacher Lisa Gunning, has raised over $50,000. Inspired by her father's dementia diagnosis, Gunning sought to ease the burdens faced by families affected by Alzheimer's. The walk includes the poignant Promise Garden ceremony, symbolizing solidarity against Alzheimer's. Participants carry flowers representing personal connections to the disease. Funds generated from the walk support free programs and services, along with vital research and advocacy efforts. Uniland sponsors this year's Western New York Walk to End Alzheimer's. To register and stay updated on the Southern Tier Walk, visit act.alz.org/Southern Tier. Join the cause and help end Alzheimer's. Well, coming up next, the Cassadaga Midget football team is putting together a fundraiser.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
A team of mini football players are banding together in Sinclairville to raise money for their team. A lot of hidden expenses go into maintaining a team's gear, equipment, and morale, so this year the tiny team is holding a bottle drive and a shoe drive for the Cassadaga Midget football team. Our Alyssa Wright has more.
So our can drive, it goes on pretty much the whole season. We have Cash for Cans and Don't Trash It in Faulkner. So anytime anybody can just take bags of cans there and let them know it's for Cassadaga Valley Midget Football League, and they'll put all of that money towards our fund. Then this weekend we're going to do a can drive. So we'll have everybody bring whatever they can to our games this weekend, starting at 9 this Saturday.
The league is hoping to raise enough for new gear, but also have some funds to be able to reward these young athletes with pizza parties and fun activities.
We really are starting from the ground up, kind of, the last couple of years. We've got all of our helmets are going to expire in a couple of years. We need new shoulder pads. We've got, what did we have, 138 kids registered this year?
Oh, yeah.
138 kids registered this year, and more than half of them are football players.
The volunteers want what's best for the kids.
We got new uniforms in 2019 because we hadn't had uniforms in many years, and those were hand-me-downs from the high school. Our league isn't even a part of the school. The school lets us use this facility, so we have to base it all on donations to keep our league running. One thing I want to get for the cheerleader aspect is uniform-wise is like either warm-ups or rain gear, because they're out here just like the football, but they don't have as many clothes as the football, and it's just not as comfortable. They used to have them, but we didn't have enough, and our funds weren't there.
There are so many kids joining the league, but not enough resources.
It is a lot, and when we don't even have that many helmets and we have to try to predict for the next year, and then we find out at the start of our season that we can't even order the helmets, so we have to search, and then it's borrowing from other teams if they happen to have a size that we can even use.
The Midget Football League has many fundraising opportunities that rely on community involvement. To learn more about participating in a fundraiser or to make a donation, you can visit their website. Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
I've been a football player for 3 years now.
Do you like it a lot?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about it?
My favorite part about it is sometimes school can get boring, and this is something to, at the end of the day, to not be bored.
And if someone your age is watching right now and they're thinking, I think I might want to sign up for football, what do you have to say to them?
I think that they'll do great. We do games at the end of practice, and I love to play gates open and tackle because it's tackle football, and I really like it.
Mostly teamwork and try and get the football into the end zone.
Gotcha.
Preferably not your own end zone.
Well, that's going to be it for us today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We're also on channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.